Have you ever felt as if life is throwing obstacles your way, one after the other, as though you're caught in a storm and there's no clear sign of the calm? You might find yourself questioning, why now? Why me? But let me tell you this. There are moments in life when we face challenges that don't just seem like bad luck. No, my friend, sometimes these challenges are whispers from the universe, clues that you are being tested. And when you are tested, challenges are whispers from the universe, clues that you are being tested. Before the breakthrough, before the light shines through the cracks, there may be signs, subtle yet profound, that you are standing at the edge of something great. And the question becomes, have you truly mastered everything that you know how to achieve already in life before the breakthrough, yet still seemingly impossible? Now, imagine you've been struggling for so long, and in the midst of it all, you begin to question everything, your decisions, your abilities, even your worth. What if I told you that these trials are not punishment? What if these struggles are part of a much larger plan, a test, testing your strength, your resolve, your character? Would you continue to push forward, or would you let the storm convince you to turn back? The truth is, there's more to the challenges we face than meets the eye. There are signs, unmistakable and clear, showing that the storm you're weathering right now is preparing you for something far beyond what you can even begin to imagine. You see, life isn't just a series of random events. It's a pattern, a rhythm, sometimes hidden in plain sight, if only we would stop to look closely enough. We've all heard the expression, what doesn't kill you makes you stronger, but let me tell you, it goes deeper than that. What doesn't kill you might be preparing you for something magnificent. It's not just about surviving the storm, it's about learning how to dance in the rain. And before the clouds part and the sun begins to shine through, there are moments, there are signs, there are show. You're on the brink of a breakthrough, a connection, a success story just met. Maybe you felt it too. The feeling of being stretched too thin, of going to bed exhausted, only to wake up the next day with more burdens, and yet there's something within you, a fire that refuses to be put out. It's as if the universe is challenging you, pushing you to find out just how far you can stretch, how high you can reach, how deeply you can dig. This, my friend, is not a sign of defeat. It is a sign that you are being tested. One of the first signs that you're being tested before your breakthrough is the feeling of overwhelming pressure, like a diamond being formed from coal. The heat and the pressure might seem unbearable at times, but they are precisely what will shape you into something extraordinary. It's in these moments of discomfort that your true potential begins to rise to the surface. You may not see it yet, but the person who is about to step into greatness is being forged in these fiery trials. But don't mistake pressure for failure. Many of us are quick to give up when the weight becomes too much to bear. But if you look closely, you'll see that pressure has a purpose. It sharpens, refines, and molds. And if you can stand firm in the face of that pressure, if you can continue to move forward when every ounce of your being tells you to quit, then you will find the strength you never knew you had. Another sign that you're being tested is when doors begin to close one after another. You've knocked, you've tried, you've given it your best, and yet nothing seems to open up for you. It's as if the world is saying, no, not yet. And while it's tempting to feel rejected, to fall into despair, remember this: sometimes closed doors are not a reflection of your worth. They are a sign that the timing isn't right, that what you're asking for is not yet in alignment with where you are meant to go. Think about it. If every door you knocked on opened right away, would you ever learn the value of patience? Would you ever understand the importance of perseverance? Would you ever develop the strength to wait for the right opportunity? Closed doors aren't failures, they are lessons. Lessons that help you grow, that help you build the resilience you'll need when the right door opens. Because when it does, you will be more than ready. And then there's the loneliness, the feeling of standing alone in a crowd, as if no one truly understands the battle you're facing. People might look at you, see your outward success, and assume that everything is fine. But deep inside, you feel isolated, disconnected from the world around you. This isolation can be painful, it can be discouraging, and it can make you question your own worth. But my friend, let me tell you, it is in this solitude that you find clarity. Solitude isn't a punishment. It is an invitation to reflect, to grow, and to reconnect with the deepest parts of yourself. When you are alone, without distractions, without the noise of the world, you have the space to hear your own voice, to remember why you started, and to see the bigger picture. It's in these quiet moments when no one else is around that you truly begin to understand who you are and what you're capable of. But then there's the moment when your faith begins to waver, the moment when you wonder if it's all worth it, if the dream you've been chasing is even possible. This is where many people give up. They stop believing. But if you hold on just a little longer, if you refuse to let go of the hope that burns within you, you'll find that this moment of doubt is part of the test. It's in this very moment that your belief is being strengthened, that your spirit is being prepared for what's to come. Every time you fall, every time you face disappointment, every time you feel like giving up, you are being tested, not to break you, but to make you stronger. And while the world may not always understand, you are becoming who you were always meant to be. And here's the thing about tests. They are never permanent. They are simply a part of the journey. You see, the storm does not last forever. The pressure eventually gives way to clarity. The closed doors eventually open, and the loneliness fades into connection. The doubts will fade, and faith will be restored. And just when you think you can't go any further, just when you feel like the weight of the world is too much to bear, that is when you are about to break through. So when the next challenge comes knocking on your door, don't retreat, don't turn away. Stand firm, stand strong, and know that you are not being punished. You are being prepared. Because your breakthrough is coming, and when it arrives, you'll look back and realize that every trial, every test, every challenge was necessary for you to step into the greatness that was always meant to be yours. Oh. And so, as you stand at the precipice looking into the unknown, remember this: growth rarely comes in moments of comfort. It doesn't rise from the days of tranquility where everything seems perfect. No, the seeds of growth are planted in the fertile soil of adversity, watered by the tears of your struggles, and nourished by your perseverance. Your seeds are released in the fertile soil of adversity, watered by the tears of your struggles, and nourished by the tears of your struggles, and nourished by the tears of your struggles, and nourished by the tears of your struggles. Adversaries believe, and in the darkest times, when you feel as though you cannot go on, when the weight of the world presses down on your shoulders like an insurmountable burden, that is when you are closest to your breakthrough. There are times when life feels like it's testing your very soul, like it's pushing you into corners and stripping you of everything you thought you needed. You may find yourself questioning what you've done wrong, why it's taking so long, or whether it will ever get better. But these moments of doubt, of uncertainty, they are merely signs that you are being shaped into something greater than you can imagine. Think of it this way: if you are being tested, It means that something is being asked of you. You are not stagnant. You are not stuck in a place of aimlessness. No, you are in a process of transformation. The discomfort you feel is your soul's growing pains. The struggle you face is not your defeat, but the forging of your resilience. You are being pushed, prodded, and yes, at times knocked down so that you can rise again, stronger, wiser, and ready to take on the world. And in those quiet, painful moments when you feel alone, when you feel like nothing is going right, the truth is that you are being guided, not by the world, not by the people around you, but by something greater than all of us. Your journey has purpose. Each twist and turn, every setback and every victory is all part of the design. And sometimes it's only in looking back that you realize how perfectly everything fits together. There's a certain magic in the way the universe works, in the way that things seem to fall into place just when you need them most. Have you ever experienced the kind of synchrony where, in the midst of your struggle, just the right person comes into your life? Or perhaps an opportunity that seemed to have eluded you for so long suddenly appears out of nowhere. That is the moment of breakthrough, the shift from the struggle to the reward. And it's the sign that the testing is over, that you have passed the trial, and that the universe is ready to reward your persistence. As long as the test is appropriate, it unpacks for the universe to give you an A. But don't expect it to come when you think it will. That's another lesson that's often learned the hard way. Timing is everything. You can't force your breakthrough. You can't rush the process. You can't demand that life bend to your will. The universe works in its own rhythm, in its own time, and when the time is right, it will bring what you've been working for into your life, maybe not in the exact way you envisioned, but in a way that is even better than you could have imagined. It's not easy to trust in that process, though, is it? To keep pushing forward when all you see in front of you is the same road you've been traveling, the same obstacles you've been facing. And that is exactly when the test becomes most difficult. The moment when you're tired, when the road ahead looks endless, and when you start to question if it's all worth it. That is the moment that tests your spirit. How often have you been taken by surprise? How many times have you been deceived, even when the tests your spirit? Will you give up or will you keep going? There are those who turn back at this point, who let the darkness consume them, who allow the weight of the world to crush their dreams. But those who persist, those who continue to fight even when it feels hopeless, those are the ones who will stand tall when the breakthrough comes. They are the ones who will look back and say, I am who I am today because of every single battle I faced. Every tear, every sleepless night, every hardship, those were the moments that made me. And perhaps that is the greatest lesson of all, that the tests we face are not meant to destroy us. They are meant to refine us, to sharpen us, to make us better than we were before. It's easy to see the struggles as setbacks, to think that life is punishing you for some unknown reason. But what if instead these moments of struggle are merely stepping stones? What if every difficulty you face is not the end, but a sign that something even greater is waiting for you just beyond the horizon? It is easy to get discouraged when you're in the middle of it all, when everything seems to be falling apart and nothing is going the way you plan. But think about the great stories of success, the stories of those who overcame unimaginable odds. Think about the entrepreneurs who failed 100 times before their businesses succeeded. Think about the artists who faced rejection after rejection before their work was finally recognized. If success closed the door on these many artists, Think about the athletes who endured injury, fatigue, and doubt before they reached the pinnacle of their sport. These people did not quit in the face of adversity. They didn't give up because the road got tough. They kept going, and in doing so, they became living proof that the greatest breakthroughs come after the greatest struggles. Growth is only possible for individuals who are dedicated to flourishing. And while we're on this journey, it's important to remember that we are not alone. Yes, there will be moments of solitude when you feel as though you are the only one carrying the weight of the world. But the truth is, there are millions of people walking their own paths of struggle and growth. You are part of something much bigger than yourself. The struggles you face are not just your own. They are the struggles of the collective human experience. And it's in the shared journey of transformation that we find the strength to keep going. We find solidarity in knowing that we are not the only ones who have been tested, who have faced hardship. We find strength in knowing that our breakthrough is not just ours to enjoy, it is a triumph for all of us. As you move through the testing phase of your journey, remember this: everything you experience is shaping you into the person you are meant to become. Every failure, every challenge, every setback is a piece of the puzzle. And when you finally look back, you will see how each piece fits together to reveal the beautiful masterpiece that is your life. It may not happen in the way you expected. It may not unfold on your timeline, but it will happen. The breakthrough is coming, and it will be all the sweeter because you persevered through the test. So the next time life throws a challenge your way, when you feel as though you can't take one more step, remember, this is the moment that is preparing you for your greatness. This is the test that will shape you, the obstacle that will strengthen you, the struggle that will reveal your true potential. Keep moving forward. Keep pushing through, because your breakthrough is waiting just on the other side of the test. And when you finally cross that threshold, you will understand that every moment of struggle was worth it. As you press on, it's important to remind yourself that these tests are not random, nor are they arbitrary. They are tailored specifically for you, designed to unlock the next level of your journey. They are challenging because they are meant to challenge you, your character, your resolve, your understanding of your own limits. The universe knows exactly where you need to grow and what you need to face in order to become the person who is ready for the rewards that await you. This is why the tests never look the same for everyone. What challenges one person may not challenge another in the same way, but each individual's test is perfect for their path. And as you find yourself in the middle of your test, it can sometimes feel like the pain, the struggle, the loneliness will never end. You might feel like you're walking through a tunnel with no light at the end. You may wonder if you'll ever get to the other side. But I'm here to remind you that you will. The road may be long and it may be difficult, but you will emerge from this stronger, wiser, and more capable than you ever believed. The struggle you face now is temporary, and though it may feel like the darkest moment of your life, it is actually the beginning of a new chapter. The breakthrough is often preceded by a great period of doubt, where it seems like everything that could go wrong does go wrong. You may begin to question your own judgment, your own purpose, your own ability to move forward. It's in these moments that the real test begins, not just the external trials, but the internal ones. The struggle to believe in yourself, the fight to maintain hope in the face of what feels like overwhelming opposition. This too is part of the test. You see, your faith is being tested. And faith is not something that can be proven through ease and comfort. Faith is forged through the fire of difficulty, through the moments when everything seems impossible. You don't learn how strong your faith is when life is easy. You learn it when life is hard, when you stand at the crossroads of doubt and belief and you choose to keep going. Faith is not about being certain of the outcome. It's about trusting that no matter what happens, you are on the right path. Even when you don't see the way ahead, even when you can't see the light, faith is about taking that next step, knowing that the universe will catch you when you fall. Right? I love that. I love the word faith because it means that you are taking that next step. And sometimes the greatest test of all is simply learning to trust the process. We often want to rush ahead to speed through the trials to get to the good part. But the breakthroughs that matter the most don't come in a hurry. They come slowly over time through consistent effort, patience, and unwavering determination. You may have to endure seasons of silence, seasons where it seems like nothing is happening, like all of your efforts are in vain. But it's in these silent, seemingly barren seasons that the roots of your breakthrough are being planted deep beneath the surface. Your breakthrough is built on the foundation of solid roots. There's an old saying that goes, "The night is always darkest just before the dawn." And while that may sound like a cliche, it carries a profound truth. The darkest moments of our lives, the moments where it feels like hope is slipping through our fingers, are often the moments right before the breakthrough. Just as the seed must break through the hard earth before it can sprout, you too are being cracked open in order to grow. The very resistance you feel is what's necessary for you to break through to the next level. The pain is what will birth the strength, the courage, and the wisdom you need to move forward. So when you feel like you've reached the end of your rope, when you're tired of fighting, when you think that there's no way out, hold on. Hold on a little longer. The breakthrough is closer than you think. And trust that it will come at the right time. Just because you don't see the results yet doesn't mean they're not on their way. The seeds you've planted will sprout. The work you put in will bear fruit. The moments of testing you've endured will be the foundation of your success. When I was in the classroom, it was plain clear that no boy or girl in the entire building would ever cross exception to your truth. I had to deal with horror and tragedy. It's another thing that happens during these testing times. We often feel isolated. We may look around and see others seemingly moving forward, reaching their goals, achieving their dreams, while we remain stuck in our own struggle. It's easy to think that something is wrong with us, that we're somehow falling behind. But it's important to understand that everyone faces their own struggles, their own tests. We may not always see them, but everyone is fighting their own battle. And while it's easy to compare ourselves to others, we must remember that our journey is unique. The struggles we face are specifically designed for us to help us grow and evolve in ways that no one else can. During these times, it's important to remember the importance of patience, not just with the process, but with yourself. You are not behind. You are exactly where you need to be. The lessons you're learning now are necessary for the person you are becoming. The challenges you're facing are preparing you for the opportunities that lie ahead. They are forging the qualities that will enable you to handle success when it arrives. And when you look back, you'll see that every step, every struggle, every tear was necessary to bring you to the place where you are meant to be. And while you're on this journey, don't forget to celebrate the small victories. It's easy to get caught up in the big goal, to focus so much on the end result that we forget to appreciate how far we've come. Every day that you keep going, every day that you refuse to give up is a victory. Every moment of courage, every act of persistence is a testament to your strength. Take time to acknowledge the progress you've made, even if it feels small, because those small victories will accumulate and become the foundation of your breakthrough. When we think small and big and decide our future, we make decisions with our thoughts. One of the most powerful signs that you're being tested before your breakthrough is the development of your character. You may not realize it in the moment, but every trial you face, every challenge you overcome is shaping you into the person who is ready to handle the breakthrough. The person you are becoming is just as important as the breakthrough itself. If you received everything you wanted without being prepared, would you be able to handle it? You have the wisdom, the resilience, the strength to appreciate the fruits of your labor. It is the development of your character that makes the breakthrough worth having. The transformation that happens within you is what makes the reward truly meaningful. And when you reach that breakthrough, you will look back and realize that the struggle, the pain, the testing, it was all necessary to bring you to this point. And there will be days when you feel like giving up, when you feel like the odds are stacked too high against you. But I ask you, in those moments, to remember that every test is an opportunity to grow, to evolve, to transform. And when you make it through, you will look back and know with certainty that it was all worth it. Through all of the struggles, the pain, the doubt, the uncertainty, remember this: the breakthrough is not just about the destination. It's about the journey. The person you become along the way is the true reward. And when you reach the other side, when you finally step into the light, you will see that it was all worth it. Every single moment of testing was preparing you for the greatness that was always meant to be yours. You will stand tall, you will stand proud, and you will know that you have earned every ounce of success that comes your way. And so in this moment right now, as you stand at the crossroads of uncertainty and hope, remember, your breakthrough is not a distant dream. It is waiting for you just beyond the horizon. And all you need to do is keep moving forward. Keep going, keep trusting, keep believing, because your breakthrough is on the way. There may be times when you feel overwhelmed, like you've been pushing and pushing and you're not getting anywhere. It's in these moments, the moments of exhaustion, that the temptation to give up feels most intense. But let me tell you something. The test, the struggle, the fight, all of it is part of the process. It's all shaping you, preparing you for something greater than you can currently see. You see, it's not just about the breakthrough itself. It's about the journey that gets you there. It's about learning who you are in the midst of the struggle, understanding your true strength, your resilience, your capacity for growth. The trials that you face are teaching you valuable lessons, ones that will carry you through future challenges and allow you to appreciate the success that awaits you. But the most important thing to remember is that you are not meant to stay in this place of struggle forever. This is a season, and all seasons have their end. At times, it might seem like the universe is testing you in ways that don't make sense. You may question why things are happening the way they are, why doors keep closing, why opportunities seem to slip through your fingers. But trust this: every closed door is a lesson in patience. Every rejection is a sign that something better is waiting. Every moment of hardship is not a punishment, but a preparation. The timing may not be what you want. The path may not be as smooth as you envision, but every step you take is getting you closer to what you've been working for. What you're learning now will be the foundation of your future success. It's the struggles, the frustrations, the disappointments, and the defeats that will fuel the triumphs that are to come. Without them, you wouldn't have the wisdom, the humility, the strength, or the perspective to truly appreciate what is coming. When you finally reach your breakthrough, when you step into that next chapter of your life, you'll realize that the tests were not obstacles. They were gifts, gifts that have molded you into a person who is worthy of the success that you are about to experience. The tests you're facing now are not a reflection of your worth. They are a reflection of your potential. They are the universe's way of preparing you for what is to come, pushing you to become the best version of yourself. And it's in the hardest moments that you discover the depth of your resilience. In the moments when you feel like you can't go on, that's when you tap into the strength you never knew you had. That's when you learn the most about your own capabilities. You will find that as you move through this test, your mindset will shift. What once seemed impossible will become attainable. What once seemed overwhelming will become manageable. The very things that once felt like barriers will become the stepping stones that carry you to the other side. The test will transform from something that feels like a burden into a tool for growth. Stepping into this legitimacy journey this year, the test will transform from something that feels like a burden into a tool for growth. And in time, you will realize that you are becoming stronger, more capable, more aligned with the person you need to be in order to fully embrace your breakthrough. And as you continue to face these challenges, as the tests become more intense, remember this: it's not about avoiding the difficulty. It's about meeting it head on, rising to the occasion, and continuing to move forward, even when the road seems long and the path unclear, even when every fiber of your being is telling you to give up. You must keep moving forward. Because it's in the forward motion, in the persistence, in the willingness to keep going despite the challenges, that you create the momentum needed for the breakthrough. When you push through, when you persevere, even when everything seems against you, that's when the magic happens. That's when the doors you've been waiting for finally begin to open. That's when the opportunities you've been praying for show up. That's when your breakthrough is no longer a distant dream, but a tangible reality. And when it arrives, you'll look back at every moment of struggle and you will know that it was all worth it. What's more, the breakthrough you experience won't just change your life, it will change you. The person you are when you emerge from the storm will be someone entirely new, someone stronger, someone wiser, someone who understands the value of patience and perseverance. And when you face the next test, as you inevitably will, you will approach it with a new perspective, armed with the knowledge that you can overcome anything, that no challenge is too great, no trial too difficult. You will have the faith and the confidence to know that no matter what comes your way, you can handle it, because you've been tested before and you've emerged victorious. As always, we invite you to share with us your thoughts around the book. As you continue your journey, I urge you to stay focused on your purpose. Keep your eyes on the prize, not in a way that dismisses the present moment, but in a way that understands that everything you are going through is part of a much bigger picture. Every hardship, every challenge, every obstacle is preparing you for what is to come. And when you finally stand on the other side of this test, you will understand why it was all worth it. Keep your heart open, your spirit strong, and your faith unwavering. Continue to believe in yourself, in the process, and in the timing of your life, because your breakthrough is on its way. It's closer than you think. And when it comes, you will know that every moment of testing, every trial, every challenge was not just a test, it was a gift that has shaped you, molded you, and prepared you to receive the greatness that is already yours. Keep moving forward, because your breakthrough is waiting for you just ahead. In the end, the tests you face are not meant to break you, but to build you into the person who can truly embrace the breakthrough. Keep believing, keep moving forward, and know that your moment of triumph is closer than you think.